Hello and welcome back to the CQ the Watch Guy podcast with me, CQ the Watch Guy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate the support as always. And what can I tell you, friends? We are in the middle of the December. I'm recording this on December 16th. So right there in the middle of December, the holidays are among us. Santa's popped in, so we've been chatting, see who's been naughty, see who's been nice. And, he's also been looking at some of the good watches we've been having coming in. And yeah, this is always an interesting time in the business because so many things are moving. You got so many watches going in and out. But also, I always use this as a great time to reflect and look at the market, right? And see what's going on price wise, especially with how volatile the market has been in the past couple years or so. What's interesting right now, as you look at some of the auctions that are going on, it's still kind of an auction season, which is wrapping up, and the current market. You're seeing great news for collectors, great news for enthusiasts. Things are stabilizing. When you're talking about brands like Rolex, you're seeing a lot of precious metal pieces kind of go in at retail a little bit below retail. If it's something new that's like a 2023 release, you're seeing a little bit of premium, but we're kind of getting back into where we were, before all of the, before the COVID era, really, before everything kind of really spiked. We're kind of normalizing. Of course, you're going to still see pieces that are go well over retail. These are pieces that you still can't walk in and get, but there's a little bit more stability now. If you buy something for X, the value is going to be right around X for the foreseeable future, and you're not going unless something really spectacular happens either which way. But it's good to see that it's bringing a lot of collectors back into the fold, a lot of true enthusiasts. It's that time again where you're dealing with people who enjoy the watches and not so much on the flipper side, and it's great because you get to get these watches into great homes, and you get to get good value for the pieces. If you're somebody who's been hunting watches for a long time and you just didn't know what's going on with the market, I think now is a good time to jump in. And I'm not just saying that because I sell watches, I'm in the business. I just think if you look at all the markers, if you want to get something, I don't think there's much to wait for unless you're looking at something that's super, super, super at a premium and you're just hoping it's coming down. For the most part, when you're talking about the big brands, everything is kind of stabilized, and of course you can go by model, and then really figure out where you want to be. But I think it's an excellent time to look for brands that aren't hype, brands that aren't in the mainstream. You release our Danger JLCs. I'll talk about Gerard Perregaux, Couchot Originals. I can name so many brands that you can find amazing value right now. People looking to do deals, people looking to move watches, and it's a great time to get something fun, get something unique. I know most of these episodes, I say that, right? Get something fun, get something unique, because I mean it. And I think that's where such great value is. Of course, there's good watches everywhere, but I think if you just pause a little bit and look at something more unique, something that not everybody else is looking at, you end up getting a really, really good piece. And right now, I think the values for everything are just at a really good place where, a lot of my guys are, making some good moves and really enhancing the collection, diversifying the collection. And to me, that's the name of the game. I want you to, when you look at your watch roll, your watch box, however you keep your watches, your sock drawer, I want you to look at watches that you see, oh man, that you're fighting to see what you're gonna wear, right? I don't want you to look at your watch box, your watch roll, or whatever, and say, oh well, I'm gonna go for my one watch, my favorite watch, the one watch that I always wear. I want you to have a healthy rotation. I want you to rotate the watches on the wrist. That means that you work hard for this money, you spend this money, you should enjoy the money, right? To me, if you have a watch that you're only wearing once a year, that's not like a very specific dress watch or a very sentimental watch. Maybe it's time to rotate that out of the collection, gift it to somebody, sell it, trade it. But you should only have watches that you're wearing, at least 10 times a year. I think 10 times a year you should be finding a reason to put that watch on, or you should be looking at it and saying, maybe I need to define my reasons why you're hanging around. Maybe it's for sentimental value. Maybe you're doing like a long-term investment play, or maybe this is something you're gonna give to others. But if you don't have a real reason for it to be there, I think it's a great time to diversify, mix it up a little bit, live a little bit. There's so many great watches out there. I just want you to enjoy them and live a little bit. And make sure you comment, shoot me a message. CQ at Sequan at DavidSW.com, or you can comment down below or follow me and message me on Instagram, CQ underscore the watch guy. Tell me what's in your rotation. Tell me what things you're looking at. Always love to hear from you guys. You guys have been supporting me so awesome. I want to thank you so much for always tuning in, and we will keep the great content coming. So much good stuff in the works. Can't tell you about it, but it's on the way. Anyways, me and Sohne have been talking. We've been seeing what's on the website. He picked some things, I picked some things, so we're gonna jump right into it, and we're gonna just go for our little holiday lineup here. And again, make sure you go to the website, DavidSW.com, hit that new arrivals tab every day, every weekday. Every day except Sunday, pretty much. We are loading up new watches on there, and this is the season where you're going to see some fun stuff. You're going to see a lot of unique pieces. So definitely keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, and this is where you can have a lot of fun. So let's jump in with a fun watch. The colors on theme, and this is the JLC Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso Tribute Monophase, small seconds with the beautiful red burgundy dial. I love this watch. These have been out for a few years now, and the prices are they were a little bit of premium. Now they've kind of calmed down a little bit. And I've talked about JLC Reversos a lot on this show before, and my thing with them is always about finding the right Reverso for you, finding the one that you enjoy, finding the one that you're gonna wear, because there's so many great Reversos out there, and it's such a classic watch. I think a Reverso fits in every collection. I love this tribute. Small seconds red dial because of the pop of color. The red is subtle, but it's still captivating. On the strap that I have now is beautiful burgundy. I think it just gives such life and flavor and color and just a lot of zing to an already clean classic watch. So if you wanted a reverse, you didn't want something on the complicated side, you didn't want a dual face, you wanted something that you can engrave, this is a great piece to look at, great piece to pick up. You could do a beautiful engraving on the back and still have a nice outstanding dial on the front. Looks great on the red strap. You can have fun with different straps on this, but I love it on this red. I do different versions of red. I have this red, I think this is cardinal on it. You could do some fabric. You could have a lot of fun with the reds. I just think that beautiful dial with the red strap. You have that stainless case. The indices and everything, there's a contrast on it, is perfect. Just a great looking watch. This particular one we have right now, it doesn't have the warranty card. You do have box and manual, so you get an exceptionally great deal. $8,875. These with box and papers used to be in the 12-13 range. So this at $8,875, I would jump on it. Even without warranty card, I wouldn't be worried. It's a modern Reverso, easy to service, easy to look up, easy to verify. This is a great value and something unique, something that's just it's such a watch guy's watch, but still gives you a lot of flavor, still lets you stand out in the crowd without, yelling across the room. I always say that, but I look for watches that can help me stand out without, being a peacock too much. I'm already peacock as it is, right? And moving forward, keeping it in the JLC family, because you have a lot of good JLCs. I almost could have done an all JLC show, but I want to do a mono brand show. JLC Polaris date with the green dial, great watch. If you haven't looked at JLC sports watches, you really should take a look if you're looking for a different sports watch than your average. JLC is a brand that I can speak, for hours about. Everything's in-house movement. Their movements have been used by some of the greatest brands out there forever, decades, maybe even centuries, right? So when you look at their sports watches, you think about Reverso, we think about Duometsus, we think about some of the higher end stuff, the Jaeger tourbillons, but they actually have a great history of making some really fun sports watches. My favorite being the Extreme Lab 2. Richard Mille killer every day. I love that watch. So much great technology. So what you get from JLC when they do sports is you get in-house movements, you get super well-denied, over-engineered everything. Even some of the buckles in their past watches, had 4 or 5 patents in it. So you get a really well-made watch, but again, you get great value because one, retail price on JLCs are always, in my opinion, very, very well priced, very, very good values. And then pre-owned, you get a little bit of discount on that as well. So with the Polaris line, these came out a few years ago, kind of, based on a memo Vox from the 60s, but just a more updated version. And this green dial is a boutique edition, or you can only buy e-commerce for the first 100 pieces. And it's a beautiful version of the Polaris watch. 42 millimeters, beautiful green dial with black gradients. You have a nice fade there. They have it on a kind of olive rubber strap that I think will look good. I would put this on a green leather. I would put this on a green fabric strap. And again, in-house movement, 72-hour power reserve, great looking watch, and something fun from JLC, something wearable, something you can enjoy. And if you're looking for sports watches, again, JLC is one of the brands you don't think about for sports watches, but they have such a great lineup that you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't just take a peek. And I think this Polaris is definitely, if you like a good 42 millimeter watch, try it on, put it on. You'd be impressed with this piece and how much you like it. Trust me. Now moving forward, the first one that we've got in, this is the Rolex 1908. So this is their new dress watch. This is the there's no more Cellini, so this is replace the Cellini. I haven't had the opportunity to play with many of these in person, but in pictures they look amazing, look clean and classy. Good to see that we finally got one in. They've just started to kind of hit people's wrists out there. I just think it's a great, clean, classy watch. I was a big fan of the Cellini line. It wasn't super happy that it left, but in 1908, I know they're going to do great things with the platform. But this one with yellow gold, black dial, it is clean, classy, and everything you want from a dressy Rolex, to be honest with you, with the exhibition case back. And I think it's just a nice touch. You never know you wanted to see a movement so bad until you start seeing their movements. And it's like, it's perfect touch, clean, classy watch. If you're looking to, get one before, waiting in the line and all that, I think the 1908 is a great piece, especially the black dial versions. I think they're clean, classy, and I don't think, just like the Cellini line, I don't think these will be overproduced. Because with Cellinis, you never saw a ton of them, right? You've never been in a room with like 10, 15 guys wearing like the same model Cellini. I think it's going to be same with 1908. I don't think they're going to overproduce it. I think these will, of course they'll be available, but I think, it'll be like kind of trickled out there. So you'll see them every once in a while. So it's a great Rolex. I like Rolexes that, like, if you go into like a Rolex room, not everybody's going to have. And I think the 1908 is definitely something in that entry, but it's clean, it's classy. It's a great looking watch. It's a great looking watch there. So happy we finally got one. Moving on forward to a chronograph, Vacheron Constantin VC Overseas 3rd generation chronograph. This is the Panda black dial with the white sub dials. Again, every time I talk about the Overseas 3rd gen, the most versatile luxury sports watch out there, just because of the easy strap change system. This one's a full set, so you got the black leather, you got the black rubber, you got the extra buckle in there as well. Full set, July 2022. Best part beyond that, beyond it being a great looking chronograph, beyond it being one of the best bracelets out there, once it's sized to its perfection, this one we have at $30,875. These are now under retail. So retail for these is $35,600 before sales tax. So $38.75. You can get the watch. You don't have to wait for it. You get a discount from retail. And again, pound for pound, really, really hard to argue other watches against these just because of versatility. You got 3 watches in one. And again, if you're somebody who's trying to keep a very small collection, but you want like a nice heavy hitter piece, you want a chronograph, you want something that's in the upper echelon of watchmaking as well, really, really hard to not pick this piece, because again, you're getting 3 watches for one, super versatile. You can swim with it, you could do whatever with it, and it's just a great looking watch at the end of the day. So really nice to see that we got this one in, and I really love the price of these right now, because again, we're back to a normal world where you can just you can get it retail, wait a little bit, pay, do all this stuff, or you can get a little bit of a discount, get it right now, enjoy it, have fun, we're getting in time for the New Year's, right? And yeah, I haven't seen a pattern in a while, so really glad that we got this one in. I think we still have like the time only Blue Dial, and we might have another a dual time in as well. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Overseas 3rd generation. Big fan of all Overseas, but the 3rd generation in particular to me provides a great value, especially if you're somebody who doesn't want a ton of watches around. You want 1 or 2 watches that you could do a lot of different things in it. If you're not thinking overseas, you really should put that on your radar. All right, moving forward, we have the Lange and Sohne 101.031. This is the long one, 18 karat, rose gold, black dial, and this one's from June 2000. So it's one of the earlier longer ones as well. And I just love the look of this watch. You know, I love the big date of their 2 o'clock. I love the asymmetric layout of the dial. Big Lange Sohne fan. I love these older Langes as well. They just have a different character and feel to them. The German silver started to like patina a little bit too, so there's just a lot of romance and love in this watch. And I'm a big fan of rose gold and black dial. Watches as well. This is one of my favorite color combinations for a watch, because it's while it's dressy, it does lend itself to different situations, right? Like just in this situation, this is on a beautiful brown strap, which it still leaves it a little bit dressy, but also makes it a little bit casual as well. I wouldn't be afraid of wearing this. Which in short sleeves on a day. Of course, I'm not doing anything super active on it, but I think it's a great looking watch. I think Lange & Söhne is a brand right now that a lot of people, people are paying attention to, but still a lot of people aren't. And what's nice is you're seeing the values of them stabilize. You're seeing them slowly increase over time as well. So it's a great brand if you're looking to get into a little bit more high-end watchmaking, and you've been thinking on what should I take a chance on. Lange & Söhne is a great brand right now to take a chance on, because at the end of the day, amazing watchmaking, amazing finish movements, getting things that you just can't get from a lot of brands. And on the value side, I think there's a lot of upside, or definitely a lot of stability in the brand as well. And, you really can't go wrong with a beautiful Lange one of rose gold and black dial. Every time I see this watch, it just, it speaks to me for a little bit. So I wanted to bring it up so it could speak to you just for a touch. And the finale, this one's Santa's pick. The finale here, it's just colors. We have the GMT Master 2 white gold with the Meteorite dial. And this is, it's a perfect watch. I've seen this watch, since it's come out on so many different wrists. I've handled this watch so many times, and every time I just love this watch. Definitely something that's going to be in my future collection. Just the Meteorite dial with the white gold case, with the Pepsi bezel. It just does something. It just it hits every nail you want on the head. It looks great. It's unique. It's standout. Not everybody's gonna have it. That Meteorite dial, when it hits the sun or even outside the sun, just a little light on it, it just kind of sparkles and just gives you, that texture and that look that you just only Meteorite dials can get. And the slices of Meteorite that they're using for these watches are just a nice light Meteorite. It's not super dark as well, but you're seeing all the textures, all the lines that you come to love with Meteorites. And I just think, it's probably one of the best Rolexes to be released, in a while. They've been out for, a few years now, but still, it is still up there in the top 5 of my Rolex, my personal Rolex list. So it's hard for me to not suggest it. Me and Santa talk to converse, and he's like, this is the one he'd rock as well. So, he might work a deal on it. But anyways, I think, you should definitely check out the Meteorite dial. Again, great watch if you're looking to get something a little bit more heavy hitting. But again, white gold looks like steel. If you want something under the radar, not, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. You kind of keep on going about your business, which is what we love. This one's from February 2021. And I think it's a great, great pickup. And I'm just looking at a different picture of the dial. It's just gorgeous, man. You don't need a lot of words to explain this watch. You just kind of look at it, and it just, the watch does a lot of talking for itself, if that makes sense. Anyways, that is going to be the last watch of the day. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please comment below. Let me know what's on your wish list. What are you, what's on your shopping list for others? What watches are you gifting this year? Love to get the feedback. Make sure you check out DavidSW.com. Hit that new arrival section. That's where you're going to see all the new stuff, and we're updating every day. So always make sure you hit refresh so you can see the new stuff. You can reach out to me anytime, Sequan at DavidSW.com, or Instagram, CQ_TheWatchGuy.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm CQ The Watch Guy. Buy what you love.